Hi, I'm Teresa and this is a love letter to my grandmother. Today I am going to do a recipe that it seems my grandmother's Aunt Minnie found while watching TV in Portland. So that kind of gives us an idea of when it sort of could be. I'm not entirely sure when she was living in Portland, but it was on TV and it was by a Barbara Augell, maybe? A-U-G-E-L-L, or Augell, maybe. She apparently met some women from the Willamette Valley and they created this recipe. I don't know why it's called Wacky cake, but that did intrigue me. There's some vinegar in the recipe, and I suspect the combination of the vinegar and the baking soda is why this recipe is called Wacky cake. But until we try it, I can't say for sure. So there were 4 copies of this recipe. 3 were handwritten and 1 was typed. So clearly Aunt Minnie thought this was a good recipe and maybe shared it with people, reproduced it many times, I'm not sure. So I have collected the ingredients. They are 1.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 3 tablespoons of cocoa, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 5 tablespoons of oil, and 1 cup of cold water. So the first step is to take the flour, sugar, baking soda, cocoa, and salt and mix them together. So what I have done, I have 1 cup of sugar, put that in there. I have 1.5 cups of flour and the teaspoon of baking soda and the 1/4 teaspoon of salt mixed in here together. So we can put that in there. And then the last thing in this step, is the 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So we'll put that in there and we'll mix that all together. Oh, I'm also preheating the oven to 350 degrees as we speak. Or as I speak, I guess. So mixed together nicely, and then the very next step is to pour all of the dry ingredients into a ungreased 8-inch square pan, which I have here from Kristen. I'll put that in here. The next step is to make 3 wells in the flour. It's not very deep, so I'm a little intrigued. And there's no instructions as to how these wells should be. So I've decided to do a diagonal along, I guess from my top left to the bottom right. I don't know, it reminds me of the 3 on a die. All right, and into 1 well, I am supposed to pour the vinegar. So here we go, vinegar into 1 well. And I'm supposed to pour the vanilla into 1 well, so vanilla. And then the last well is supposed to be oil. Now, it's a much greater ingredient, so I inadvertently have a little bit of a deeper well, so that's perfect. We'll go in the deeper well. Then I am to add the 1 cup of water and mix thoroughly. So I guess it's okay that everything's in a well. There we go. I'm going to mix thoroughly. I don't know. There's a little bit of bubbling. You can tell the oil has not mixed in with everything, and there's still a lot of dry ingredients that I'm trying to get in there. It's very thick. On every copy of Minnie's recipe, she made the same note, and it said, "Saw this done by Barbara Augell on KPTV in Portland. She said the recipe was developed by women in some Willamette Valley town who came and demonstrated it to her. I didn't remember the town's name. So, Willamette Valley, watching out there, what town had the creation of Wacky Cake? And when was it aired on TV? Okay, I'm almost done thoroughly mixing. You can see little bubbles forming throughout. All right, so now I'm just supposed to pop it in the oven and bake it for 30 minutes. So we'll see how it comes out. The house smells delicious. This Wacky cake really smells good. It has a nice chocolate smell. Really good. It's about to come out of the oven here in just a couple of seconds. Unfortunately, we can't try it right away. It has to cool, and Eric's not even here to try it, so we'll want to wait till he comes back. All right, here it is. It's bubbly. I'm gonna do the toothpick test. It is done. Nice. Okay, so we'll let this cool, and when Eric comes back, we'll try the Wacky cake. It looks yummy. Okay, so Eric's finally back. He was watching
Mad Max.
The new Mad Max movie, and I didn't go with him, and he says, good call on my part?
I think so.
Too violent?
Lots of action.
Lots of action, yeah. Too much stimuli, maybe. Okay, so while you were gone, I made a Wacky cake, and do you want to do the honors? Give us each a slice.
Okay, like a cute square. Oh, definitely need some whipped cream, eh?
Well, I figured since it didn't come with a frosting, and we had whipped cream sitting in the fridge.
Is that the official name, Wacky Cake?
Yes, that's the official name, and I think Aunt Minnie really liked it because she had 4 copies.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Is it easy to make?
Super duper easy to make, and very fun. Yeah.
One of those foolproof ones?
Hopefully, that's what we're aiming for.
Let's see. Okay.
All right. Let's see. I think because of the color and the fact that I put whipped cream on it, I kind of was expecting gingerbread. It's not gingerbread. I'd say it's very good. It's not too sweet. It's not very chocolatey either.
All right.
How do you like all the bubbles?
Interesting. Is there like vinegar or something? Or
Yeah, there's vinegar and baking soda in there, so.
With some of the air. Yeah, it seems good. It's tasty.
It's really good, but I would say you want something like the whipped cream because it's kind of, it's not dry, but it's not super moist either.
Right. But it's good.
Ooh. Is it a good end to Mad Max?
Perfect end.
Okay. Well, that's all for us here at A Love Letter to My Grandmother. Bye.
Bye.